A very good morning, dear parents. Welcome to Birla High School, Mukundapur. Now, I will be requesting our director, Ms. Mukta Nain, to address you. Over to Ms. Nain.
Good morning, parents. It's lovely to have you there. And we want to repeat once more that we do not want any children around because the children will not understand what we are saying. So have only the parents are to be there, and it will be nice if both parents can be there because what we say will be very important for the entire academic year when your child is in nursery. Imagine putting your child in a very good school, Mukundapur, and he's not actually being able to go physically to school. And when school opens, even on the 12th, your child will have online classes. Can you imagine a small 3-year-old child being able to sit without fidgeting and looking at the screen constantly? It will require a certain amount of practice and it will require the parents to be sitting there. One parent at least should be with the child while the classes are on. Otherwise, we cannot expect any learning to take place. Earlier, as you know, we were supposed to open on the 5th, much earlier, but now we have deferred it to the 12th. So on 12th, you'll have to log in, you'll know everything gradually, how the process will go, and classes will be online. And it might happen that your child will start thinking that this is school. Opening the laptop and sitting in front of the laptop, this is school. He will not know what is actual school because he has never been, maybe. Many children did not go to play school also. They've not seen a school also. So it's the first time they are supposed to be going to school in nursery. But you will have to keep telling your child that this is not actually school. This is a stopgap arrangement. After some time, you will actually be going to a large school where there'll be play, there'll be fun, there'll be games, there'll be music. So all this you'll have to explain to your child. Put it into his head that this is a stopgap arrangement. Now, when school opens on the 12th, there will be a lot of problems. If you have not made any facilities for a strong Wi-Fi system at home, all right? It can be a dongle. I would suggest you have both, all right? A strong Wi-Fi system with a router, and you also have a dongle system where if one fails, you fall back on the other. And the child should have a proper laptop to be able to sit in front of the laptop. Don't think that this learning is going to take place on a phone, right? It can't be on a phone. And as I was telling the parents in Moira Street also the other day, that treat this investment as you would now a mixie or maybe a fridge or a microwave. You need these in the house. Now you need these permanently. Why? Because even if the COVID period is over, time has come that now things will be mixed. Some things will be online, some will be offline, physically in school. So maybe we call a parents' meeting online later. All right? Then you will have to have the strong Wi-Fi system. So please invest in it. It is something which all of you should look into in these few days when school is about to open. I would recommend it to every parent. And you'll find that your child is not getting disconnected from the classes, and it will be smooth sailing for all of you. Another important thing I want to tell you, parents, is that when we took the fees from you, we had not calculated what our costs would be. And now we notice, because our 9, 10, 11, 12 in our Moira Street is coming, here also our teachers are coming to work, and we have to ensure in Mukundapur also that there's fumigation, the machines have been bought, and the classrooms are fumigated after the children would be fumigated after the children have their classes. So all these facilities, we are doing it for the teachers who are coming in. We will be doing it for all the children also. And all the sanitization facilities also. Then we also have invested in several laptops and technology. So all this is a great expense on us. When we charged you extra fees, we are charged only 500 rupees more. But I want to tell you, parents, that there will be a slight increase, and that is very slight, 370 rupees more you all will have to pay, because earlier this was not calculated and now it has been. Another thing I want to tell you, that now that you've taken your child for admission into nursery, remember that every year there will be a fee hike. There can be a fee hike of 10%, up to 10 to 11% every year. Don't think that the fees you're paying in nursery will carry on till class 12. It is not possible. As you know, when you're running your homes also, the cost of living is going up. And as you know, and you must be reading in the papers, the next pay commission, the government expects us to pay the salaries to the teachers. All this is a great expense on the management, and some steps have to be taken. And I must say, the management has charged a very nominal rate to the parents, and I hope you are going to cooperate with us and ensure that this amount is paid. Now I hand over the principal. Will you be speaking next? Yes, the headmistress will be speaking next. Yeah, okay.
Ma'am, thank you, ma'am. And this was Mukta ma'am, Mukta Nain ma'am, our director. And before our principal, Mrs. Sen Gupta, speaks parents, I would like to tell you that if you have any queries, please type in the chat box. We will address them at the end of the session. So it's over to Mrs. Sen Gupta, our principal. Ma'am, please.
Thank you, Mrs. Talwar. A very good morning to everybody present here. Let me first congratulate you on your decision to admit your child to Birla High School, Mukundapur. You have all taken the right decision, and you're sure to see a lot of progress and development in your children in the next few months. Most of your children are in nursery, but this orientation is for all parents of all new children. So there are children in the higher classes also. So we will be addressing both issues. At Birla High School, Mukundapur, we firmly believe that the school and the parents must work together, since parents are the first teachers, and the school is and the home is the first school for the child. And both you and us, we have the same goal, which is the development and welfare of the child. Hence, it is very important that both of us, we have a common vision for the child too. So let me first start with sharing the vision of the school. Our vision is freeing the mind. So we hope, parents, that you will also have the same vision for your child. Our mission is imparting value-based education that helps create independent, free-thinking individuals who will combine service with excellence. And what you see here is our school logo, which we have launched very recently. Our tagline, as some of you would be knowing if you've seen our website, is inspired by excellence, driven by technology. In order to foster a healthy and friendly competitive spirit, we have 4 houses. And our 4 houses are Topaz, Garnet, Sapphire, and Emerald. All students from class 1 upwards are divided into one of the 4 houses. You would have received our school diary with your child's books. We request you to go through the pages of the diary and read them very carefully. Rules related to every aspect of the school are mentioned very clearly, and it will help you to know what is expected of the student. We recommend that you acquaint your ward with these guidelines also. Older children, I think, can read for themselves to familiarize themselves with these rules, while younger children, maybe the parents can read the same to them. We are very particular about regularity and attendance. We expect our students to be regular in attending classes and submitting their work on time. We do not encourage students taking leave during term time unless it is an emergency or an ill health, something like that. So we request parents not to plan holidays or to allow children to miss school to attend family functions during term time. Please refer to the holiday list, which is there in the diary. I think on page 15, you will find the holiday list. And please check that before you plan any trips. Please also check our school website regularly. We update information on our website regularly. And all circulars are also posted on our website. Our school has an ERP, which is Campus Care, and you will be mailed the unique ID for each child and the password very shortly. You will use that. You can use this Campus Care to communicate with teachers and vice versa. Teachers will also communicate with you through Campus Care. Our report cards are also posted on Campus Care. As of now, and also parents, we request you to inform the school in case there is any change of your address or telephone number so that the school records can be updated. And please do so immediately as soon as there is a change. It is very important that the child maintains class decorum. We are going to have online classes. And like Ms. Nayan also said, but the child should be in proper school uniform when the child sits for these online classes. It is very important that the child sit at a table instead of sitting on the bed for these classes, because not only will it help the child's posture, but also it gives the classes a sense of seriousness. So that is a recommendation, and I hope all of you will be able to ensure that your child is sitting at a table and not sitting on the bed while he's sitting doing his classes. Teachers, of course, will familiarize students with the guidelines or the rules that they need to follow when they are taking these classes, whether they have to mute themselves sometimes, unmute themselves and speak out, etc. With regard to the evaluation of the students, we have a system of continuous evaluation. Of course, in nursery and KG, there are no formal tests. So children are evaluated on the basis of their daily work, which has to be, hence regularity is important. Doing their daily work correctly is also important. Older children, of course, we have what we call reviews, so small assessments, but a record of the interaction that they have in class with the teacher, written, oral, all that is maintained, and you will find a reflection of that in the report card also. So it is a continuous evaluation. Please remember that. Also note that at Birla High School, Mukundapur, we are looking at the overall development of the child and not only his academic development. So not only do we encourage them to take academics seriously, but all co-curricular activity participation is important and should be taken equally seriously. Although we online last year also and this year too, we're going to have art, PT, yoga classes, dance classes, music classes, all that will happen online. We will have inter-house competitions. We will celebrate various occasions. Children will be, presenting, there will be virtual presentations by the students. That will also happen. Exchange programs. Our children are participating in exchange programs with students all across the world also, and they will continue to do so. We've also had virtual sports. We've had inter-school competitions where our children have participated and they've won many prizes also. So we would request you to please encourage your children to participate in co-curricular activities also. I can assure you that at Birla High School, Mukundapur, we have the best online program in the country, if not in the whole world. And your child is in very good hands. However, your cooperation is very, very important. We can't do without that. And like ma'am said, that in nursery especially, one parent needs to sit with the child because they're too young to understand the nitty-gritties of the whole thing, and they will feel lost. Only if you and us, or you and we work together and coordinate with each other or cooperate with each other, will we be able to make a difference in the development of the child. Please communicate with the class teacher or the coordinator or the headmistress or with me regarding any clarification that you require. We will be very happy to help. Now, Mrs. Prasad, our headmistress, will take over, and she will share with you the platform that we are using. We are using the Google Classroom, and she will tell you how to go about using the same. Thank you.
Very good morning, parents. And let me just reiterate what ma'am said just now, that a parent is a teacher at home, and the teacher is a parent in school, and the child is the center of our universe. And we have always known that the relationship between teacher and parent is very, very important. But during this scenario, the current prevailing time, while students are learning from home, with you playing as an expanded role in their learning, that partnership becomes mission critical. Now, I will be sharing some tips to convert this mission critical to mission possible. So to start off with, let me tell you that very shortly, actually some parents are very impatient. They are all asking about the diary and the timing. Just wait, all your queries will be answered. So to start off with, let me tell you that very shortly, you will be getting a special unique ID. Now, this unique ID will be required for you to log in to the Google Mail. That will be the registered ID for yourself. Now, when the term online classes, you must be knowing, has gained immense momentum. So it is always advisable, as Ms. Nain has already said, to have a desktop or a laptop for online classes because of the screen dimension. Now, if you're using a tablet, an iPad, or a mobile, it is best that you use in the night mode. Then what happens? The blue rays will not affect your child's eyes, all right? So in order to install, so as ma'am has already said, that the platform which we are going to use is Google Classroom and Google Meet. So in order to install Google Classroom in the desktop or in the laptop, it is very simple. You just need to follow certain user-friendly steps. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share the steps with you so that you understand exactly as to how to go about with it. So you start off with that the teacher will be, or rather the office will be giving the unique ID that is called the G Suite ID to all the parents who have enrolled with us. And very shortly you will be getting that. You have to log in, or rather register in the Google Mail. All of you must be using some form of mail or other, so you will be knowing how to go about with it. We are going to give you a common password, however you can change it later on. Having said that, let me share the screen so it will be easy for you to understand. All right, here we go. Right. Okay, so the teacher, the class teachers or the subject teachers or the co-curricular teachers will be sending a mail to your ward through using that unique G Suite ID which we will be giving you. So you will be on your interface, it will appear like this: class invitation, and you have Google Classroom, and then the class code will be written, and you will see there's a join button there. You need to hit the join button. All right. I can see some of the parents are already trying it. You can try, but you will not be able to do so. The reason being we have not given you the unique ID. All right. So after you hit the join button, you will get this on your interface. So if suppose you have only your child's email here, then you can straight away click and you will go to the class. However, since the device will be used by the adults, that is the parents or the grandparents, if so, then you will find that by default their email ID will be there. So you need to scroll this, hit the scroll button which is shown at the right hand side, and then you will get the class. But if you do not get the class, then you have to hit on this button which is blue in color called back to classes. Once you do that, you will be directed to this interface. You can see on the top right hand side, there is a plus button. If you take the cursor near the plus button, you will get two options. One is join a class, one is create a class. Definitely the teachers will be creating a class, not the children. So you have to click on join button. The minute you click on join button, it will look like this. You will have your child's email ID. And if suppose it is not there, because your child will be using the email ID for the first time, so the machine will take in whoever uses the device frequently. So what you have to do is you will just click on switch account and change to your child's ID. Thereafter, you have to type in the class code. It is very, very user friendly. Once you type in the class code, you will hit the join button, which is given on the top right hand side in blue in color. And this is your online classroom of your ward, a substitute for the brick and mortar. Hopefully, it will be for a very short time, and we expect the children to be back in the campus. However, for the time being, you will see that this classroom, the digital classroom, here I have written a demo, but your class will be mentioned, and it has got 3 pages. Stream, that is the place where it acts as a communication channel, a channel of communication between the teacher and the parents and the students. So if any circular is to be launched or posted, it will be posted here. If any instructions to be given, it will be posted here. If any assignments are to be given, it is to be posted here. Now let us go to classwork section. The classwork section is like this. You will see there is, that red rectangle which says view your work. So if a teacher has assigned a particular assignment, it will show here. And you will see though we are working online, we are conducting online classes, but we are sort of uh, encouraging the children to write with pen or pencil depending upon the classroom. So they will be, whatever work is given to them, notebooks have already been distributed by the vendor, so they will be doing the work either in the textbook, which acts as a workbook, or in the notebook as the teacher would ask them to do so. And after they finish their assignment, how are they going to submit? This is how they are going to submit. You need to scan their work, whatever they have done, using a mobile. Some of you, those are for the higher classes who have come from other cities or who have come from other schools, they must be well acquainted with it. Especially the nursery parents may not be. So that is the reason I'm, telling you right from scratch how to go about with it. So once you scan, you will send it to your mail. All right. So when you send it to your mail, this is your mail, and see that whatever you have scanned, it has reached there. So when you save it, it will be saved in the download. If you want to create a folder, which is advisable, of all the assignments subject wise on the D drive or on the desktop, that is up to you, and you can save it there, right? Once you do that, you come back to the assignment as a classwork section. To your right hand side, you will see your work ad. You will click on ad. It is very user friendly. Many of you must be using Facebook and other social media. It is the same process. You will select from where the file is stored. So you will click on file. Thereafter, this will pop up. So asking you to browse the machine and locate the assignment. So you will hit the browse button, you will locate the assignment, and you upload it. And you will see on the right hand side, you see the red rectangle, your assignment is already uploaded. Now, suppose the teacher gives multiple assignments, so you will be clicking on add button and do the needful. And then you will hit the turn button. That is, handing over the assignment is termed as turning in. So once you turn in, machine will ask you, or rather would like to reconfirm whether really you want to turn in the assignment. So you will again hit on the turning in button. Thereafter, your interface will look like this. Now, you will notice that there is something called unsubmit. So suppose suddenly the child realizes that he has forgotten to write the date, or he has missed out on a particular question. So he can unsubmit, do the needful and submit, but within 15 seconds. After it reaches the, in your mail also, you must have seen that once you send the mail, they send a notification stating, do you want to undo if you have forgotten anything, right? It acts in the same way. And finally, when the teacher checks and returns the assignment, the interface will look like this. You see on the left-hand side, the return button is activated, the name of the assignment is there, and the score that the child has got, 4 out of 5, is featuring there. So this is all about the assignments using laptop or desktop. Now, suppose, say, you want to use a tablet, say, and or an iPad. Then it is little different. The starting is little different. So first and foremost, what you have to do is you have to download the device policy. Now, when you are downloading the device policy, a very strange statement will feature. Those of you who are using it, you will know. And it says that all the management, the administrator has the right to delete everything. So this makes the parents very apprehensive, but nothing to worry. Here, the administrator is Birla High School, and Birla High School will never, ever do such a thing. right? Now, why, you may ask that why do we need the device policy? Those who are IT person, they will know why. Those who are not, I'm just explaining it to you in simple layman's terms. In the mobile, if you have one email ID, you don't need a device policy. But if you have multiple email ID, then you need a device policy. That is the rule of the telecom, right? So after you finish downloading the device policy, then you have to install the Google Classroom. Now, the minute you download the device policy, they will ask you to create a work profile. And this is needed because creating a work profile means, all your confidential accounts will be there. So for that, it will seek permission from the school, and it will take 24 hours or one working day. After you get the permission from the school, and then you need to install the Google Classroom app. At times you will get confused. The reason being, you will see after you have downloaded the device policy, you will get two Play Stores. One Play Store is with the lock, one Play Store is without a lock. So you have to use the Play Store with the lock to download the Google app. And once you download the Google app, the process is same as I have explained for the device, that is your laptop and desktop. In a similar manner, you will be also installing Google Meet. So I think it is very simple, but if you are stuck anywhere, we are always there to assist you. As always, you are your child's best advocate. So educators are stepping up and getting creative, but they cannot provide innovative solutions without a clear understanding of where your and your child's needs stand. So we must build a good rapport and a channel of communication so that we can, if you're stuck anywhere, we are always there to help you. All right. So let us take some questions. I think Goduli ma'am needs to be unmuted. Just give me a minute. Right. So here we go. Yes. Over to Goduli.
Very good morning, dear parents. Thank you, ma'am. A very good morning, dear parents. Now we would like to address to some of your queries. But before that, let me tell you that after the queries, the session is over, there will be a small polling. We are going to launch a poll, and you have to give us your feedback, suggesting whether the webinar or whether the orientation was helpful to you. So let's go to the first question. Some of the parents have said that they haven't received their password and ID.
So you will be receiving, if you heard me, I had said that we will be mailing it to you very shortly. So you will receive your, don't worry about that, you will receive both very shortly. Next question, Goduli. I think there are a whole lot of questions about timing. So let me address that first. We will start our classes at 8:30 for classes 2 to 8. So 10 minutes, we will have a 10-minute prayer assembly, meeting everybody, talking, etc. And thereafter, so this is, I'm talking about 2 to 8. And thereafter, we will have 4 classes, but with a gap. So 1 hour class, and then there will be a 15-minute gap. Then again, another 1 hour class. There will be a half an hour gap after that, so that the child can, go and eat something, rest his eyes, because we are also concerned about the child's eyesight and all of that, and move around a bit. And thereafter, again, 1 hour class, again a 15-minute break, and then a 1 hour class. So it will 8:30 to 2, so the day will get over for the child at 1:30. This is 2 to 8. However, nursery children will have half an hour slots. We have divided the class into so if there are 35 children in a class, so there are 15 and 15 in group A 15 and group B 15. So first the teachers will handle group A, let's say. That will be from 8:40 onwards. That will be the start of their day. And 8:40 to half an hour. So about say 9:10 will be their first class, and then they will get a break for half an hour. Then the teachers will take the group B, right? So that will be from say 9:10 to 9:40, right? Thereafter, again, everybody will get a 15-minute break. Again, the next class will start again half an hour. So nursery kids will have half an hour slots, right, with gaps in between, so that they get enough time to move around and rest their eyes, etc., etc. Similarly, KG also will follow the same schedule, same timings. Class 1s, however, will have classes from 8:40 and their day will get over at 1:30. So this, and however, the teachers will inform you, like I said earlier, they will be sending you details about the timetable, everything on the first day will be given to the child. And you will be told in advance what time to log in, etc. Right? Godhuli, next question.
Thank you, ma'am. So, thank you, ma'am. There are few parents who have written that 375 rupees will be added in their admission fees, or how do they need to pay that?
I think they can come to the accounts office here, or they can pay online also, or through the bank.
I think the accounts executive will inform them as to how to go about with it. All right, don't worry.
You will receive a mail from us informing us how to go about it. So don't worry.
A lot of parents, Mrs. Sengupta,
Yes,
3-4 parents, and this happened even in Moira Street. Both the parents are working.
yes,
So who's to sit with the child?
yes.
Any solutions?
Yes. So see, your child is too young, like I said earlier. Nursery children are very young to be comfortable on their own. If you can train your child to sit alone with an adult in front of the computer, that's perfectly all right. But some adult supervision is required. Otherwise, the child will be totally at sea. So initially, there is a need for an adult, and we have noticed last year also, if you don't have an adult sitting next to this nursery kid, in KG also they need that kind of help. Class 1 onwards, we found that they are more independent and they are okay. Nursery KG, otherwise they become very restless. They cannot sit for any length of time in front of the device. So this is
The adult can also be a grandparent.
Can be a grandparent. Some of you, I've just seen that the grandparents are very old. Doesn't matter. We will guide the grandparent. We will guide the child. All that we will do. But physically, we can't be with the child. I'm sorry. And we hope that this pandemic is over fast. Let's all pray together so that the child can be in school. We'll be happy. You will be very happy. But till then, this is something that we'll seek your cooperation. There's no shortcut to this. I'm sorry. Anything you would like to add, Mrs. Prasad?
No, and the questions which are coming again are about the uniform. Yes, nursery and KG, they do not have any uniform. They have an apron, all right? So that you need to get from the vendor, prescribed vendor. However, from class 1 upwards, they all have to wear their uniform. And that is what we, sort of guide them, that we are going to have a prayer. We start the classes with a prayer. So uniform is a must, because when they come back to school, hopefully very shortly, they will come back to school. They should not be complacent. It will be a total school decorum, which they have to follow.
Also, they must start taking pride in the uniform. I noticed that some of you have written that you still haven't received the uniform. That's perfectly all right. But let us follow, one protocol, which is any problem you have, please write to the class teacher seeking permission. That, that my daughter hasn't, or the son hasn't got his uniform, and we expect to get it by this date. Till then, if the child can be excused. That way, the child also knows that the school has some rules and regulations, and the teacher also knows why a particular child is not wearing a uniform or whatever the other problem is, right? So we please ensure that even, simple things like tying the child's hair, the child, not the child, children, if you see our diary, we've got details about what they're allowed to wear in their ears, the girls, and but their hair has to be tied. Boys have to have a short haircut. Let's follow those things, because only then will the child have this seriousness about, that now I'm going to school and this is serious business. Otherwise, the child will just feel that, it's just fun time, which will be very difficult when he has to or she has to come back to school. So in all matters, please cooperate with the school. We are on the same side. Remember that always, right? Our center is like Mrs. Prasad also said, this child is the important thing for you and for us. So let us work on this together. You may have a problem, definitely. Please, articulate your problem, write to the class teacher. She will give you a written answer, and we will definitely cooperate. We know that some of you are who are in Dubai, like somebody is written, or Vizag or wherever. You can't get the uniform so soon. That's fine. That's all right. Okay, we will work on it.
There are some messages which are saying that they are not aware who the vendor is and they have not been mailed. So, dear parents, it is difficult to mail about all these things to each and every individual. Everything is in the website. You just go to the admission section and then everything is there. It's just a click of a button and all details you will get there. Some of you have also written that, in the chat box, that you have two children, one in a particular class, another one in another class, and you're expecting different timings. Sir, it's a school. When the school begins, it begins at the same time and wraps up at the same time. Yes, for the nursery and KG little early, and from class 2 upwards it will be later because they are growing up. You cannot have a separate time for the nursery and a separate time for the other child who's in another class. Okay, it will run parallel.
And also parents have different like we have children, parents with children, one in class 2, one in class 4. So we cannot, keep that in mind. So you will have to have two devices. You will have to have them sitting in two separate rooms. Otherwise, they're going to disturb each other, right? So these are problems that this pandemic has brought about, and we will fight it together. I can assure you that. Some of you have written about the affiliation. It's natural that we will be, so we are in the process. No objection from the state government has come, and we are filing our, filling up our form, which is online for the CBSE affiliation, and it will be done, I think, by this year, October, we should be done. We are trying our best. But of course, this pandemic has, everything has slowed down a little bit. So we are expecting that very soon. Our children, our highest class this year is going to be class 8. So we are even more concerned and worried than you are, but we are very sure that it will be done very shortly. So don't worry about it.
There's another question which says that, respected ma'am, we haven't received any textbooks in our school for KG. In our school, nursery, KG, no textbooks, no uniform. We want the children to enjoy and then join the rigmarole of, from class 1. So till, nursery, KG, no textbooks, no uniform, only the apron to, make them feel that, yes, you belong to Birla High School, Mukundapur. And as I was going through all the chats, I have got an idea what I'm going to do. Since our school is reopening on the 12th, so we have ample time. By this weekend, I will put up the name list of the class, the section, and the house. All right, in the website, so that all of you know where you are. Thumbs up. Can I see the thumbs up? Because this is how we are going to communicate with the children. And since one of you will be sitting with your child, so you will be revisiting your school days. And I can, sort of assure you, you'll have a lovely time.
Mrs. Prasad,
Yes,
I
ma'am.
just wanted to ask you that supposing both if both parents are working, is there some way in which the recorded lesson can be sent?
Yes, we can do that, but in most cases, both parents are working. Then, attendance will be
Oh
uh,
no, yeah, it should be
Yes.
only for.
yeah,
No,
those
there
who
is a
really, who really, I mean, there's no adult, no grandparents, no governess, or nobody who can sit, and the parent has to write to us, and then we will talk. We'll have a word with you too, ma'am, then, and then we will do the needful. But don't worry, parents, even if, like say the child has missed due to anything, the teachers are always recording the lesson and giving it to you, especially for nursery, because this is the first time you will be exposed to online classes. So don't worry, have faith in us. And we really are obliged to you that you have trusted us and put your child in our hands. Don't worry, we are there for you.
However, having said that, yeah, recording will be available. So material will be available, what we're doing. But, it's not the same thing as the child attending class. So, that,
I agree, class, child attending class is very important.
that is.
But somehow, if the
Yeah,
child
if it is an
misses,
evidence,
the parent can be kept abreast with the concepts taught while the child was away.
of course,
Good. So
definitely.
here again another nursery. Actually, nursery parents, poor things, they are very apprehensive. So they have written that what if my child throws tantrum? Once the child sees all so many children of his or her age group, I'm sure they will understand. Maybe one day they'll throw, 2 days, 3 days, but with the song and dance and whatever the teacher is doing, they will all fall into the same line. Don't worry.
Also, our attitude as adults around the child is very, very important. So if we don't become very rigid about it, take the teacher into confidence, tell her what your problem is, and maybe the teacher on a one-to-one will, try and develop a rapport with the child. And that's why, in nursery and KG, we have we have grouped them into smaller classes, not this 30, 35 in a class. So we have only about 15 or 20 children at the most. So hence this it will be easier for, and 2 teachers in nursery and KG for the children. So don't worry. I'm sure it will work out. But of course, at every step we need your cooperation. You need to reiterate that at home also.
I think you'll need to reiterate once more the nursery and KG timings. How
Yes,
many hours per day will they be sitting down?
right,
Because I can see questions like that coming.
right. So like I said, that nursery and KG, they have been divided into groups. All right. So nursery, let's say 840 is the first class, group A. Let's say your child is in group A. So 840 to 910, that's half an hour class. And thereafter from 910 to 940, the second group. So the A group, the child who's in group A will get respite, will not be attending the class. He can go and have, run around, play a little bit, whatever you wish him to do. And so then in the second slot, 910 to 940, the group B is doing it, right? Then our next class begins at 950, right? So 950 to 1020. Again, group A will be with the teacher. And remember, we have 3 periods in the day, but all 3 are not going to be academic periods. We will have dance, we will have storytelling, we will have art. All that will also be there in the course of that. So every day there will be, one or the other of these, right? So the children will get enough activity to do. Even in the English class and the maths class, it's not really the child is, the teacher is teaching and the child is just sitting and watching. It is that we give activities to the children also. A lot of activities so that the child is involved in the class. So don't worry that he'll be sitting not more than half an hour at the maximum at the computer. Anything you wish to add, Mrs. Prasad?
No, and so the three classes that you are going to have for nursery and KG, it will be two scholastic class and one co-scholastic classes. Okay, so that you know the child is happy for the day. It is not study, study, study. And also you will find that in our school, the studies are a little different from other schools, especially with the online this thing. There's one parent of class 4 who has asked that though the child is going to take online classes, whether she should be in her uniform. Yes, ma'am. All children from class 1 above, they have to wear their uniform. And the days they are going to have physical education classes or yoga classes, they have to wear their house dress. Okay, we want to instill all these house spirit, school spirit right from the foundation, so that when they come back, as I've said earlier, they do not be like complacent. Okay, not giving any importance to the school uniform at all, right?
I've noticed one parent writes that, can I choose the group, whether I'll be in the 840 group or in the next group? I'm sorry, that you will not be able to do, because we will not be able to cater to this. So unless there's a particular reason why you want to do it, in that case you communicate in writing, then we will weigh the whatever your problem is, and then we
Take a decision.
then we may. Yes, but try not to, because we've tried to make it a group which is as diverse as possible. So we hope there will be no problem. Also, when school begins, your children will have to be in school by a certain time. So let us inculcate that right from the beginning.
There's another,
sorry.
There's another parent whose child is in class 6. So she was asking for the phone number of the teachers. Sir, ma'am, our channels of communications are immense. Google Classroom itself is just like your WhatsApp. So anything you want to ask, you just put it in the stream or in the private message of Google Classroom. It will go directly to the teacher. We usually discourage sharing the phone numbers of teachers with the students. All right. And I think class 1 parent, they want to know what is their timing. So
class 1 is 8:40 to 1:30.
And you will be having 4 periods a day, 3 scholastic and 1 co-scholastic.
There's a question from a parent who has twins. So whether you would want them in the same group, that's fine. Please, I would request you to send a mail also. I think at the time of admission, you would have been asked this question, but if it hasn't been asked, then you send us a mail now that these are the names of my children and I want them in the same class. It will be done. We understand that. That's okay.
So we have another question which is very interesting. Samrat's parents, class 2, whether the school facilitate to participate in Olympiad. I would like to share with you, we do so. And then we also have a child who got international first rank in mathematics.
Mathematics Olympiad.
For him.
And our children do very well. Last year, they sat for the English, mathematics, and GK Olympiads, and they've come out, they've done very well. They've got international ranks.
Okay,
you want to know the timing for the class 4?
Yes.
Class 4 timing is 8:30. 8:30 we'll start. So they will have a 1 hour class, then 15 minutes break, then 1 hour class again, then again a half an hour break, then a 1 hour class, 15 minutes break, and 1:30 the day will be over for them. However, another thing I would wish to share with you is we realized that children were not getting any time to socialize. So on Saturdays, we have started something called V time, which is that we make a class, we set up a class for each section separately, and the children are given the link. They join this class, and there is no adult supervision here. So we'll be doing it for 3 onwards. Class 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 will be doing this class. The idea being that without adult supervision, children can interact with each other, make friends, and and discuss things, etc. We've been doing it since last year. It has been very successful. And the children are happy. Parents have reported that it has eased, otherwise children were feeling that all the time they're under adult supervision at home and even on online classes. So this has helped a lot. So 3 onwards, this will be on Saturdays, they will be meeting up for this. It will be a half an hour, 40 minutes slot.
So there are several questions asking like whether when the school is going to reopen for KG. Now we believe, it's one like right from nursery to class 8, the school is going to reopen on Monday, 12th of April. All right. And class timings and all these things, I think if I put it up in the website, it'll be easy for you, because from class 2 to class 8, they will follow the same timing as Mrs. Sengupta has just said. And some parents are asking about the uniform again. So I am again telling you, everything is there in the website. You just have to click and all details are available.
How many days a week for KG? It is Monday to Friday, 5 days a week. Saturdays off. Saturdays off for everybody, barring, like I said, we have one B time class, which we recommend that every child attends, because it is a huge bonding. It's a very good exercise. I think a parent has written, can you do the same for nursery too? I think, they are very young. So nursery, we have other ways of doing it. We try and ensure that with under adult supervision, the teacher is there, and we try and ensure that they socialize. So we will be doing that kind of thing, and I'm sure it is very beneficial for them. But I think they are too young to be left on their own at that stage. You have to be a little more responsible.
Now, another parent wants to bring his ward to the school. You're welcome to do so, sir, so that the child sees the classroom and everything. You're welcome to do so. Just let her inform us so that we can tell the security that you will be coming. It is written, will there be any WhatsApp group for parents? That is up to the parents to decide. But, it creates a lot of hype, and everybody gets agitated at the drop of the hat. So now the ball is in your court. It is up to you whether you want to. School
Actually,
has nothing.
when you are asking opinion of other parents, and I don't think it helps much, right?
It's not very healthy. Yeah.
Best that you communicate with the teachers. You will find all of us very cooperative. Any problems, of course, Mrs. Prasad is there, I am there, the coordinators are there. You can always communicate with us, right? So don't worry. There shouldn't be an issue.
I think we can call it a day.
I think so. So Godhuli, where are you? Then we can wrap it up.
So can we have the poll
Yes,
first?
the poll first, yes.
So I'm just posting a poll. You just have to respond to that. Yes, as I have told earlier, that those who are writing that they want to come and visit the school, you're welcome to do so, but you have to let us know. All right. So here comes the poll. So I'm launching the poll. Please do the needful. Another 3 seconds to go.
Please click either on the yes or the no.
Yeah.
And then submit.
Right. So we end the poll. I think about 20 odd parents have not polled.
Responded.
Okay, we end it here. All right.
Hira, a lot of parents are asking
Thank you.
about this Google Meet thing, whether they can get some recording.
I'll do it.
We can send that. we'll send.
I have recorded the whole thing, so I will be sending it to you. Okay, maybe I can also, yeah, I will send it to you. Don't worry, we'll send it to you. All right.
An email ID for communication you will find in our on our website. You can check our website.
Somebody has, yeah, sorry, somebody has changed the phone number. So just send a mail. You know, here it will be difficult for us to remember. Kindly send a mail, and our, office people will update that in the database. Okay. So having
So
said
thank you,
that,
parents. Thank you very much for being here. We hope that this is going to be a long association, you and us. And I'm, like I said earlier, that your children are in good hands. Be rest assured. We will make mistakes, but I'm sure we will, each of us will have each other's backs, and we will help each other and cooperate. These are difficult times, and we need to support each other. Any problems you have, like I said earlier, I'll repeat, please inform the school, write to us. We will try and sort out as quickly as possible and try to sort your problems as many as we can. Thank you so much. Thank you.
have a great weekend.